living is the motto of the Spencerville, Ohio VFW Auxiliary of the Bowersock Brothers Post number 6772. Now you may be wondering, what does that have to do with anything? Well, my uncle Leon Johnson is the head of that post, and his wife, Luann Johnson, is actually the recipe chairman who made this recipe book, which is actually the book I got the Jackpots recipe from, which I'm going to show you. Unfortunately, she is no longer with us. She passed away due to cancer. But we can keep her memory alive by doing this recipe. So first, there are 3 main steps. 1, you need to gather all your materials and ingredients. 2, you need to prep the ingredients. And 3, you need to cook the ingredients. So first, you're going to need, when gathering materials, you're going to need a pan. Now, this is easier to carry, but you'll need a pan that's probably about medium size. This was the best I could do. Then you're going to need a muffin tin, about yay sized. It can have more than 6. This one happens to have 6. You'll also need a half cup, tablespoon, and teaspoon measures for the ingredients we'll need to measure out later. I would also have a spoon. That'll come into play later. Ingredient-wise, you'll need a pound of ground chuck, which is represented by this Play-Doh for sanitary reasons. We'll also need a half a cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of mustard, 1½ teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. I can't say that. 1 tablespoon of onions, which can either be minced or freshly chopped. That's up to you. I used freshly chopped for my recipe. And then you'll need 2 10-ounce cans of buttermilk biscuits. The recipe makes 18 Jackpots, so you need 18 biscuits. You also need mozzarella cheese, shredded or sliced, or any cheese you'd prefer. I use mozzarella. Now, when prepping your ingredients, now that we've gathered them all, first you need to put the meat into the saucepan. And then you're going to brown this meat for approximately 5 minutes over medium heat. It could vary, so imagine that turned brown. Now after that's turned brown, you're going to add all of the ingredients to this. So you would put the onions, which I don't actually have, in here, the brown sugar, then you'll add the ketchup and mustard, and the Worcestershire sauce. Still can't say it. And you'll mix it all together in here. Now, you may need to move it to another container depending how big your pan is. Obviously, this pan is too small. After you do that, you'll put this to one side, and you're going to take your muffin tin. For your muffin tin now, you're going to take 1 biscuit and put it in the bottom, represented by this Play-Doh here, and you're going to make a bowl with it. It'll hopefully look a little bit better than this and not orange. Then you're going to spoon all the meat mixture into them, like this, and then place the cheese on top, like that. Or no cheese, if you don't want cheese. Also, I forgot to mention, after cooking this, drain off the excess fat. It's a lot of fat, so you don't want that in there. Then you're going to, after you've prepped this all up, you've got them all ready, you're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And once the oven's heated, you're going to put this in about centered in the oven for about 8 to 12 minutes. After 8 to 12 minutes, take this out carefully, place it right there or wherever it is safe. Take that spoon I mentioned earlier and run it around the sides of the Jackpot that is now complete and pop it out. Do this fairly quickly after making it, because if you don't, it'll stick. And those are the 3 basic steps: gathering your materials, prepping the ingredients, and then cooking it, and now you know how to make a Jackpot.